People of Clask, welcome to a new review. My name is Guysel and today we will be reviewing the Stark Jegan. So this was the one I was talking about in the Just a Jagen review that I love it. I love it to death. I don't know why it's my favorite. It's just like the Just a Cannon. If you give me the base one to start off on and then you upgrade it to be more badass, I just love it. Especially since the whole point of this mobile suit is just a giant fuck you. And then you get the experimental with 6 giant missiles. I mean ship destroying missiles on its shoulder. Bro, Tat's dollar is going to good use no matter what you say. Just like the triple Just review, this isn't really gonna be an in-depth look at it. I mean, I'll go into a little more posability since there's only one more of them instead of 2, and just the real upgrades. Before we get too in depth, I'm actually going to give you a kind of review of the base mobile suit just to see how the Stark Jegan has either improved or changed it. So the Jagen in its own regard is a very interesting mobile suit. It is very green. But just because I have a bias to the color doesn't mean that Bandai skimped out on any of the posability or detail that should be present in a regular Jagen. The answer to that would be no, and one of the main reasons why is because of the simple ability to pose. I mean, as you've seen, I put them in 3 awkward poses that some Gundams can only dream of getting. Yes, this guy is light, and as I said before, has a weird quality and feeling of building a high grade, but just bigger, better, and stronger. The only real issue that I wanted to address was the feet, but actually found out the problem is that so it did not fit into the shin, which means after I fixed it, I have no problems posing this guy anymore. So now I would have to say that he is a 5 out of 5. If you can get him, get him. He is worth every single penny. So to me, this is going to be the first time I ever reward this as something, but the Jagen is now the Fennet's version of one of the most beautiful and wonderful mobile suits or just model kits I have ever built. But since this isn't a remake of the video about him, we're here to talk about the Stark. I wouldn't say it's a better version, but definitely an updated. What I mean by updated isn't like, oh, they changed everything. Oh, the posability is different. Oh, the looks are different. No, it's just they saw what they had and they upgraded it. And what I mean by upgrades are pieces like the chest armor, a little bit of the forearm armor, definitely the knees, and then the backpack. So the backpack is simple but elegant. It does what it needs to do, and the only complaint that I have is that it doesn't really go wide, which I will show in a bit. So to start off with the changes, the main parts are really just armor swaps. Like the face, the only difference is the color of the machine gun on the left side of the head, the face mask. There are more armor pieces on the shoulders, and then of course you got the giant missile pods. Kinda annoying nubs, but then they have very nice vents in the back. They really are nicely detailed, each panel, each little thing. And then the chest is one of my favorite parts. It reminds me of mobile suits like Thunderbolt, where they have amazing covering for the pilot. I am missing that Vulcan. As you can imagine, it was a tiny Gundam piece, fell onto the carpet. Pretty sure I vacuumed it up by now. I do have to say that it is brilliant engineering. That is pretty much just a flap that goes up and down, and then you have another base. Very, very good protection that you know these guys need, but understandably, when someone like Citria comes, is it really that good? For the weapon, he does come with the regular beam rifle as well, but I don't really like to pose him on my shelf like that. I just let the regular basic Jagen hold him, but this one does have some nice detail. It does have the scope at the front, which is kind of like, why does he really need it if he's not gonna look through it? Then that is a removable clip. So the other thing that I like is that it reminds me of the Roselle series or the Zeta series, where it has the beam saber and a little grenade in the arm slot. or arm pouch, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But the main difference I like is that the old ones just had the flap. This one popped out. I don't really know if I'll be able to fully show it. It's kind of like a claw with how it comes out. You open up both the hatches and then you pull it out, and it's just a beautiful show. I don't think I can really explain it unless you build it or have it in hand. For the posability with the giant shoulder missile pods and the bazooka, the only real problem it has is raising up. The rockets start to collide with the head. The problem with the bazooka is because of the kind of arching form or the L shape that it makes, it gets caught on the backpacks very easily. The elbow posability is not hindered in the slightest though, so if you're ever worried about that, don't be. I don't feel like you need to go into what the waist can do. You guys know it's not limited, but it can't really do too much. So I'll go into the backpack. So there is a little bit of outwards movement. It's not a lot. It's really only meant to do up and down, which it can do plenty. The thruster has movement too, not a lot, but it can go enough side to side in my opinion. Then the top flap can go up and down, but do you know that there are nubs and they're pretty bad. If you sand them, glue them, deal with them, won't be a problem, but I love this thing. So for skirts, I'll do one side up, one side down, or go over the upside. So the range is really not limited at all. They can do whatever they need to do, whatever you want them to do, other than the side, of course, being the side skirt with the ammo pouch. Yes, you do get the side skirt with the beam saber pouch, but since you already have two in the forearms, I don't really see why you need them. Then the butt flap is one of the best butt flaps and one of the most simple, so you have nothing to worry about there. And I totally forgot by different, it meant that they were not included at all. And I totally forgot about the color change. I didn't know that the Stark Jegan was a darker shade of green. Now for the legs, I'd say that of course the biggest difference is going to be the shins. I love them to death. I believe that there is like a little armor clips that go into there that really secure it in. There's no problems at all. This thing is on there tight. I mean, no fear. And then there is a actually more than jetpack's range of posability with the thruster. And then they don't really limit posability at all. As you can see, they leave more than enough of a gap for the knee bend. So yes, that does mean that you can get it in its infamous pose on the bots, which is easily obtainable. I mean, no stress. I mean, look, I'm holding it by the shin. This thing feels like a rock, even when shaking. I mean, like, other than the hip joint, don't do what I do. But it is just amazing how great this thing feels to handle. Like, I do not have stress other than the dang fennets at how fragile it is. This thing is built like a rock. By the way, the feet are bigger and stronger, so you know what that means? They are better weight bearing parts. And there is a little bit of posability, not a lot. I mean, it's like a big little toe bend. And of course, you get the full range forward, back twist, and you know, whatever. It's a ball joint. Have fun with it. So what would I give this guy on rating out of 5 or out of 10? As you guys know, with the regular Jagen, I gave this dude a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. So you know what I gotta say to someone who just upgrades it with better stuff, better weapons. I mean, a little bit of loss of posability, but the regular Jagen, and just like the Justa, due to the shoulder armor, it doesn't really have that much upward movement anyway. So is it really a bummer? No, not to me. So I would give this guy an easy 15 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10. I love it. I love him. I'm happy I have him in my collection. If you can get him, do get him. Understand he's P-Bandai, so you know what that means. He's regular mobile suit price and a little bit extra, excluding shipping. So probably even double, if not double and a half price of the regular Jagen. But is he worth it? I've already said it a million times. I'm not going to repeat myself. So in closing, or before I close, I should say, yes, he does have the posable, swappable hands. Do I like them? No. Because I lose them, or if I don't lose them, the connection just really isn't that strong, and it's starting to show in my Full Metal Aerial. I also want to say thank you guys for 213 subscribers. I never expected that to happen from one video. I was at 196, 198. I thought, oh, okay, I'll just like break 202. But freaking 213? Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. You are making this worth it. I really was used to just getting a subscriber or two, so I wasn't really gonna put too much effort into it, to be honest with you. But now I am. So thanks to you guys, I'm gonna be spending a little more money and do another double review of the blue crotch. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you find this review enjoyable. Also, it does come with dry decal, dry transfer stickers, but I don't put them on because I'm gonna customize them and I don't want to ruin them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a nice time zone, and I'll see you next time. Peace.